What happened with my dad?
Wi-Fi because he was in the cafe.
Right, but how long ago was that? I'm pretty sure you're not just gonna sit there all day.
No.
Just holes in the ocean.
I mean, we had experience and shit. Like,
Hey, so I just called my father, right?
you know, you say we're
And
No, even across seas, it takes a while for that signal.
Please leave a message.
Yeah, it takes a while for that signal to get.
Dad's holes in the ocean.
I'm telling you.
So look, I just called my father. Matter of fact, he's gonna come right back. I'll say it on here. We can decide right there on here. We live. Good.
Yeah, I would love to hear from your father.
We live, baby.
I wanted to meet him.
All right, we ready? Peace, we're back. Street 16 Podcast. Mike Barclift, Keith Crawford, Marco Valencia, Jeff McCoy. We are talking about family. My dad just came to visit in Virginia, had dinner with all his grandkids except for 2, and all his children were there except for 2. I had to push for it. It is not something that we do often in my family. The big divide in my family has always been the religion. Out of our 6 children, me and my 5 siblings, 3 of us are quote-unquote non-believers, and 3 of them are quote-unquote Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, the religious barrier in many families do exist, but I believe in this religion it makes it worse. Part of the reason is because if you become disfellowship, which means you became a Jehovah's Witness, were baptized into the faith, and then later on decide, or your actions let it be known that you no longer want to live this lifestyle, you are disfellowshipped. Once you are disfellowshipped, the people who are in the organization are not allowed to socialize with you, including family members. So my brother was disfellowshipped about 30 years ago. My mother and him have not spoke really since then. Part of my whole adult life, I've been trying to regain a comfortable relationship between my mom and my brother. Too much damage has been done. Too many years have passed. My mom has changed because I take credit for helping to work on her from this end, but my brother does not know that. And he is scared and he is hurt and he is not willing to make the effort to take the first step to try to regain a relationship with mom. Having said that, I called my dad like, yo, you retired now. I have a toddler, you have a young grandson, you haven't seen your other grandchildren in 10 years. Now they're grown in college and teenagers, it's time for you to come down here. So he came and told me, I don't really want to see your mom. I said, okay, that's fine. You don't have to see her. But I didn't tell mom this. And so on the day of the dinner, mom came, he didn't know. She didn't know he said he didn't want her to come. They said hello. They sat at different tables. We had a great time. Everything went fine. When I just got off the phone with my dad before the session, he told me that he's glad I pushed for it. He said he enjoyed it. It went way better than he thought it would. He said he needed this. And he said he didn't even know how bad he needed it until it happened.
Right.
After he said this to me, I hung up the phone and said, you know what? I can't call him now. He already said what needed to be said in private, and as much as I would like to share that on the podcast, if I try to call him now and repeat that, I'm kind of, yeah. So I felt like, yo, my job is done. I could take a victory lap, smoke a cigar, and fall back.
definitely.
That's my story.
Aw, that's such a heartwarming
Shout out
story.
to Papa Barclift.
That's right. Rekindle these families, y'all.
Well, I
don't
would love
know.
to hear from him.
You want to call him anyway?
Yeah, let's
You
call
didn't hear
him.
anything he just said.
I did.
We're not gonna call it.
We're not calling him. We're gonna maybe the next time.
Yeah.
Let it sit for a while. Let it mellow out. Let him have time to process.
They got a bask in the afterglow.
Yeah, let them have their moment.
We're here to stay in
point
this vein,
is,
though.
Me and him talked about this just the other night. You know what I'm saying?
See,
The
because
vision.
you were out
as
there
today-
and you didn't hear everything that he said, you will understand why we're not calling him.
But thank you for getting up and leaving to go hack your brains out. We do appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem.
Instead of doing
Key,
it right here.
in the vein of religion and families,
Yeah.
being that you come from a mixed religious background, were there any challenges with that growing up, or? Circumstances that need to be overcome.
Honestly, with like my father being, you know, like growing up like Pentecostal, like Christian, like, you know what I mean, my mom being Mormon, like it was weird, I think, seeing like kind of how things worked, you know what I mean, like, but they never really pressed anything on us. Like once we moved to Salt Lake, it was kind of like everybody's Mormon. My dad never went to church with us. Like he never went to temple. He never did any of those things. I didn't really understand why. It was always kind of like, well, why doesn't he have to go? You know what I mean? But
my daddy ain't he ain't never had to go to church. How come Dad don't have to go to church?
I feel like that ain't even really a Mormon versus Protestant thing. My daddy never had to go to church.
Those two religions.
did your dad go to church?
He goes.
See?
But
I don't think that's everybody.
He's a practicing Jehovah's Witness though, but like usually in families that even if they're all of the same religion, Dad gets out for church.
So that wasn't like odd.
Now look, it was times when my dad would make us get up and go to field service. He would get us ready for field service, then take his ass back down in his bedroom.
Okay, so that's just a bad thing. They got okay. I always thought it was like, well, why doesn't he have to go? And I knew it was because they were religious.
And here's the interesting thing about my particular situation with that is that Jehovah's Witnesses have little small study groups that meet at someone's house. My house was that house.
Okay, so you always had this influence.
So Saturday mornings before field service, you know, your little group of 30 people would meet at someone's house and talk about field service before y'all went out.
Okay.
And so our house was the house where they met up. So Saturday mornings we had to get up, go upstairs, clean the kitchen, set out the chairs, unlock the door, let people in. And so it was like, how you gonna get up and get the house ready for field service and then go back to bed? You already up? Get your ass and go.
Right.
But his ass would go back to bed.
While you guys went to field service.
Maybe we should get this dude on the phone, bro. Yeah. I demand answers.
Yeah. I mean, my dad did the same thing. Look, boy, get your ass up. You going to church. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
So is it in the marital contract? Like I hereby get the big piece of chicken and don't have to do shit on Sunday?
Yeah,
I think it is.
But look though, hold on though. I be standing at the car, my mama be like, get in the car. It's time to go to church.
You ever got beat for saying, but daddy ain't gotta go?
Yes.
No. But the point is, I'm waiting for Dad. Oh, don't worry about your father.
I would always get
He's gonna come later.
Right. Yeah, I got that. He's coming later, or why isn't he going? It's like, just shut up and get in the car.
Yeah. He gonna come later.
So Key, before we go to break, you are very nurturing. I don't know your whole spiritual, religious identity, if there is one, but if you have kids, all right, and you have a husband, and the father of the children, the husband, doesn't want to go to church, and the kids say to you, Mom, why Dad ain't gotta go? What are you gonna say?
Get your ass in the car.
I guess I was just shut up and get in the car.
Same thing
Shut up and get in the car. You gotta do it to your teeth.
The legacy lives on, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, let's take a quick pause and come right back. We're gonna try to get Marco's son Deontay on the phone live from Spain.
Spain, right off the coast of Spain in the Mediterranean.
Deontay, answer the damn phone.
I know that's right.
There's hoes in the ocean, bro. We'll keep the show plugging along without you, bro. It's okay.
Jeff, you would know that, right?
See?
I mean, if you're in the south of Spain, odds are it's hoes in the ocean.
Damn right.
Good point.
And I'm trying to get at least one.
How you sitting right here in Norfolk?
But we'll get
if I was
Deontay
there
on FaceTime, it's cool.
Do not underestimate the guy sitting next to you. There's something that happens around this guy. Trust me, I tell you. I don't see it either. We'll be right back after this break. Street 16.
Well, you know me, I'll pay money.
Marco, you gotta take some cues when we trying to.
You buy prostitutes.
That's what I just said. I'll pay money.